welcome back to the Seesaw and another grocery haul. It is Saturday afternoon as I'm recording this, and it's been another busy week. It sounds like a bit of a broken record with that, but it has been another busy week, and I've got another one ahead. So Caleb is out with his friends in town, which is a bit of a big step for him. So although he's 14, we've never lived in town where he goes to school and all of his friends congregate. I was going up to town today, so his friends were in town. I agreed to drop him off, and then Tony's going to go back and pick him up in a little while. I did see him when I got done with the grocery shopping, and he's fine. They're having fun, but it's a bit of that rite of passage of teenagers to head out with their buddies into town. So yeah, looking quite grown up, walking around town, and no parents in sight. So I went to Aldi again today. I spent £98. There were a couple of things I couldn't get. This time of day, it's kind of late afternoon. Our Aldi, the shelves are just empty. It looks like they don't bother to stock the shelves back up on a Saturday afternoon. I don't know if they do it overnight, ready for the Sunday shoppers. I don't know, but I'm going to have to pop back in tomorrow. We're in town for rugby practice tomorrow, so I will pop back in and just see if they've got the bits that I couldn't get today, and if not, I'll have to pop to Tesco or Sainsbury's. It was just a couple of things, but they're quite important things for the meal plan for the week ahead. So I spent £98. It probably would have been just over 100 if the things I had wanted had been there. So yeah, just probably a fraction over budget this week, but didn't really buy a lot of extra. I did buy a few treats for Caleb. I bought a half side of salmon, which that obviously increases the price a little bit. But other than that, nothing really extravagant. So let me turn you around. Let me show you what I did get. And then at the end, as always, I'll show you our meal plan for the week ahead. So there is the little sweep of everything that I got. Starting over here, the only kind of non-food for us item that I got this week was another pot of this spaghetti bolognese, which our little rats love. I just heat that up the same as if you were giving it to a baby, sprinkle their vitamins on it, and they seem to really enjoy that one once a week. You can also do cat food or dog food, but this one seems to be working at the moment. Some icing sugar and self-raising flour, so I have started to do a bit of baking again. The weekend, so this week I made a banana bread and a chocolate chip banana bread and some flapjacks. And then I think for this next week, I think I'll make another banana bread because I really like that. And then I might make just a plain kind of white cake with some white icing and sprinkles on the top. Just something very simple. I got 2 packs of it's the equivalent of Fanta. So Aldi now do kind of all of the different flavours. They used to just have the orange. They've now got the lemon and the twisted fruits, which is like tropical fruit. So I got a pack of each of those to stock up Caleb with drinks that he usually has a can of something with his dinner. Some brioche burger buns and some of the bake-at-home baguettes, a half tiger bloomer, some of the Metro rolls. So these rolls are almost identical to the rolls that you get at Subway. So if you like Subway sandwiches, they have the Italian style, which I've got here. They have the 9-grain, and they have the one with the cheese on the top, which is Italian herb and cheese, and that's the one I normally get if we get a Subway. But Caleb likes the Italian style ones, so I've grabbed some of those. I've got some plain flame-baked folded flatbreads just to have with hummus and things like that. Some fruit bread, which I quite like as a breakfast. Some toasted that with some Nutella, a bit of fruit on the top, some raspberries or bananas or something. And then I got a pack of the Benefit red fruit breakfast cereal. Treat for Caleb, I got him some cinnamon buns. He loves cinnamon rolls, cinnamon buns. He likes the deeper ones, so these are really deep. So those are a treat for him for breakfast. And then I got some choc-filled crepes. He's still got some granola bars and some waffles in the cupboard. Some hundreds and thousands just to sprinkle on top of that little cake if I make it. Some half a dozen eggs, pack of sage and onion stuffing, and a little pot of protein oats. Some of the French fry style crispy fries, crisps. There's the assorted pack of ready salted cheese and onion, salt and vinegar, and also some plain tortilla chips. A little pack of this. I think they've had it in there a while. I've just never bought it. And I do like to put seasoning on my roast potatoes. So just got that to try to put on roasties when we have dinner tomorrow. I usually just put a mixture of whatever's in the cupboard rather than something specific. But I thought I'd give that a try just because it looked nice. Those of you that have watched the channel for a while will know that I have a love affair with marzipan. I absolutely adore marzipan. I don't know why. It stems from my childhood, and I didn't ever like Christmas cake, fruit cake. I was not a fruit cake fan as a child. I do like it now, but not as a child. But I used to peel off the marzipan and eat that. So it stems from then. And the Christmas chocolates have started to appear in all of the stores, and our Aldi at one of the ends of the centre aisle, they've got just a little assortment of Christmassy goodies starting to appear. And this is one of my favourite things that appears in their Christmas range, which is the Choco, which is their brand of chocolate marzipan bar. And this one is the hazelnut praline, so it's got a little bit of praline through the middle, and marzipan, and then covered in milk chocolate. I absolutely love that. You will see this several times in the shopping hauls between now and Christmas. Some hazelnut spirals, which are like... Oh, I can't even think of the name of the branded one now, because we buy these more than we buy the branded one. Kinder Buenos. So they've got the hazelnut through. Caleb likes those for a treat. Some tomato puree, some oregano and tartar sauce. Those are just things that we were out of. Mushy peas, some strawberry jam, again just to stock up the cupboard. Some of the boil in the bag long grain rice, some chopped tomatoes, 2 cans of chicken soup and a can of chickpeas, some regular long grain rice, and then beef and chicken stock cubes, and a pack of the microwavable egg fried rice. This is for the rats. They like to have this. They like rice. But sometimes if we're having something for dinner that I really can't make into a meal for them, I will just heat up a pouch of this, give them kind of half of that pouch with some veggies and stuff. So I'm perfect for cakes. As I've been baking a bit more, I'm getting through more of that, so just stocking up on that. Some of the spicy smashed avocado. This has a little bit of chili in it. It's lovely on toast with a fried egg or a poached egg on the top. And then some of the jalapeno hummus, which I love, with the flatbreads or toasted flatbreads or pita bread. That and some veggies for a lunch, an easy lunch to take with me to work. 2 pints of semi-skim milk. They didn't have the 4 pint, and I didn't think I'd need 6 pints this week, so I just went with a 2 pint. We can top up during the week if we need to. A large pot of cherry yoghurt. Some of the flapjacks that I made were quite crumbly, and so I'm going to have them almost like granola with some yoghurt and fruit in the week. Some sausage rolls, puff pastry sausage rolls. A little pack of the snacking chicken, the roast chicken flavour. A little pot of these little delights again, this fromage frais, flavoured fromage frais, the rats absolutely love. It's a little treat for them. So I've bought this because it had a better date on it than the little tubes of drinking yoghurt, which they also like. So this is just for them, for treats. Some single cream, some low-fat cream cheese, a large block of cheddar. The cheese was one thing that was almost completely wiped out. Now I'm suspecting that there was not a shortage of cheese in the back, in the kind of chiller, but they had just let the shelf run empty, and all they had were the big blocks, which is fine. I don't mind grating our own cheese, and this is good if you're going to use some to make a toasty or something as well. But it was just really weird, like routine everyday things were completely gone. I got this, which is pepperoni and mozzarella slices, and I thought that with some tomato puree and one of those rolls, the Subway style rolls, Caleb can make his own kind of BMT melt sandwich with that using the air fryer. That's a good snack for him. Some strawberry cones. They've got their party food starting to appear in the freezer, and there's a few things on there that Caleb quite likes. So again, just some after school kind of snacks or pre-sport snacks. We've got some nacho chicken bites and some tempura king prawns. I've got salt and pepper fries and 2 packs of the frozen chicken breast fillet. I then got, as I mentioned, a half side of salmon, a large pack of chicken thigh fillets. I was going to get, somebody mentioned the drumstick fillets, which is like a thigh fillet, except it's the drumstick meat, so they're a little bit smaller than a thigh fillet. They are cheaper, but there wasn't a big enough pack. I would have had to buy 2 packs of those, which then wouldn't have been cheaper than buying the large pack of the thigh fillets. But I will look at using those in the future. And then southern fried fish fillet burgers. They do a regular coating, a tempura and a southern fried of these. They are really tasty little fish burgers. And they make kind of like fillet of fish sandwiches, like you would get at McDonald's. Some Maris Piper potatoes, brown onions and red onions, a large bag of baby spinach, some tender stem broccoli, some spring onions, sweet gem lettuce, gala apples, a bunch of bananas, some mixed peppers and some wonky raspberries, because these actually looked quite nice this week. So I've got those just to have with some yogurt and things for breakfast, either on some of the fruit toast with a bit of Nutella or Biscoff spread and some raspberries on it, or on sprinkled over some yogurt with some of the crumbled up flapjack on top of that. So that's the sort of thing I'll be having for breakfast this week. So that is the haul. Let me now take you over to the fridge and show you what we're planning to make with everything. So, Sunday, tomorrow, we're going to have chicken and stuffing bake with roasties and Yorkshires and veg. So I'm going to use those thigh fillets and I'm going to cook them in a baking dish with some of the chicken soup poured over to make a nice sauce. And then I'm going to make up the stuffing and put little balls of stuffing around it and just bake that all together. And then we'll have that, as it says, with roasties, Yorkshires and veg. Monday, I've got a long road trip with work that day, so I'm likely to be a bit late getting back. So I've gone with something simple, chorizo and broccoli pasta using the tender stem, and some chorizo with pasta, a bit of the cream, a bit of the cream cheese to make a nice creamy sauce to go with that. Chorizo, the rings of chorizo was one of the things that I wanted that I couldn't get. I need it for a couple of meals this week, and I was going to use a whole chorizo ring and kind of chop it into thirds to get what I needed. So I'll have to try to find one of those somewhere tomorrow. Then Tuesday, chicken, chorizo and potato stew. It's starting to get to that time of year. It's still quite warm, but it is supposed to cool off a bit this week. So I'm at home on Tuesday, and I thought I would make a nice stew and have it with the crusty part-baked baguettes and cook those up and have them with... I'm going to put some of the chickpeas in the stew, some chicken, some chorizo, some tomatoes, and all those good things, and then some chopped up potatoes in there as well. Wednesday, we'll have the spicy fish burgers with fries and peas. I'll probably have the mushy peas, and the boys will have normal peas. Thursday, I'm going to make chorizo and spinach, salmon and rice. So I might decide to do that with gnocchi. I've got some gnocchi in the cupboard. I might decide to do it with gnocchi. I might move some of these kind of the starch or the carbohydrate around this week, but may do it with rice. And it's just, again, a nice creamy sauce, and then you put the cooked salmon on the top. So you combine the chorizo and the spinach with some cooked rice, a nice creamy sauce, and then you put cooked pan-fried or air-fried salmon on the top. Friday, we'll have creamy chicken gnocchi, and that's where, again, I might just move that around and make that creamy chicken and rice and make this salmon and gnocchi. I don't know. I'll decide as we go. And then Saturday night, we haven't eaten out for a while, so I thought we'd eat out. We haven't really had a proper meal out for Caleb's birthday because we went out for the day on his birthday, and so we did eat, but it wasn't a sit-down meal. And he did mention the other day we didn't really have a meal for my birthday, so I think we'll go out next Saturday night and get something to eat. So that is our meal plan for the week ahead. Thank you for joining us for this grocery haul, and we look forward to seeing you back here on the SeeSaw soon.